Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a revelation made by Sergio Perez about being Max Verstappen's teammate, as well as comments Toto Wolff has made about Abu Dhabi 2021. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Sergio Perez, and as we know, he drove for Red Bull for 4 seasons after joining the team in 2021. However, his last season with the team, 2024, was a disappointing campaign for Perez. He only finished 8th in the standings, was nowhere near Max Verstappen, and Perez was left without a seat for 2025. But the even greater struggles of Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda in the second Red Bull seat this year have put Sergio's challenge in context. I mean, look at Lawson. He was demoted after just 2 rounds. He was nowhere near the pace of Verstappen, so he was demoted back to the Red Bull Junior team. Yuki Tsunoda was promoted into the second Red Bull seat from the 3rd race of the season, but he too has struggled as well. There have been a few points finishes, but overall he's not been anywhere near the pace of Verstappen, and it's been widely reported that he could be replaced by Isaac Hadjar in 2026. Now, as we know, Perez is returning to the Formula 1 grid in 2026 with Cadillac, and ahead of his return, he said that even drivers like Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc would struggle to be Verstappen's teammate at Red Bull, with Perez telling Sky Sports F1, "I don't like criticising drivers that have been there because I was in that position, as I know exactly what they're going through. The minute I signed my exit from Red Bull, when we came to an agreement, I knew, poor guy who comes here, it's a very difficult place. Being next to Max is very difficult, but being next to Max in Red Bull is something people don't understand. There are so many things I could tell you, but it's simply a very difficult job for a driver. No driver can survive there. It doesn't matter if you bring Hamilton, Leclerc, whoever you bring there is going to struggle massively. It's a very unique driving style. You have to constantly be adapting to the needs of Max. It's as simple as that." Now, despite a couple of clashes during their time as teammates, Perez and Verstappen have largely maintained a good relationship. And as we know, this year Verstappen is fighting for the title, and that's sort of come out of nowhere. In the first half of the season, it was very much a battle between the 2 McLaren drivers, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, and Verstappen was over 100 points behind. But since the summer break, Verstappen has started winning races again. He's been finishing ahead of the McLarens and has brought himself into championship contention, with him just 36 points off the lead of the standings with 4 races to go. And Perez feels that Verstappen would be the most deserving of the driver's crown, with Perez going on to say, "Max has been the action of the year. He's keeping everyone watching F1. Somehow they have transformed the season, and with McLaren messing around, he has a chance of getting it done. I think he's the driver who deserves the championship the most, because he's been driving phenomenally." But now let's go back to 2021. As we know, that year was a title battle between Lewis Hamilton, who was driving for Mercedes, and Verstappen, and it came down to the last race with the 2 drivers level on points. Now, during the race, it looked like Hamilton was on course to get his 8th world title. He was dominating the Grand Prix, but a late safety car changed things around. I mean, on that 56 of that 58, lap cars were told they could not overtake, but then on that 57, lap cars were told they could overtake, but just the ones between Verstappen and Hamilton, and Verstappen had boxed for fresher tyres, Hamilton had old tyres, and on the last lap of the race, Verstappen overtook Hamilton and won the championship. Now, Michael Masi was the race director who oversaw the 2021 F1 season, and an official report into the incident ruled that Masi made a human error, but crucially that he operated in good faith. But Masi was ultimately relieved of his duties, and as we know, Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff was not happy with what happened in Abu Dhabi in 2021. And speaking to The Telegraph, Wolff has reflected on the closing stages of that race, with him saying, as quoted by Racing News 365, "I have not experienced the loss of control of a situation since I was a child. There is one lunatic who can basically destroy the record of the greatest champion of all time." And his wife Susie Wolff, who is also the F1 Academy Managing Director, said, "It was disbelief. That one person's decision to interpret the rules in a way that they have never been interpreted before could have caused such an outcome. It sat so heavily with me for a long time afterwards." But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.